To create snippets in PhraseExpress is very simple. Once you have the program installed, you will find it here in the system tray. So you just right-click on the icon and say Open Program Window, and so you will see what I'm seeing right now. And then to create a new phrase, you just go here to the Phrases tab, click on New Phrase, select the folder where you're going to save your new phrase, and this is going to be a description, and the purpose of the description is just to find it here in the list. So I'm going to call this one Attachments. The content of the phrase can be anything. It can be, for example, please find the translated files attached, and you can see some of my existing snippets trying to deploy there. And I can add more lines. So for example, I can say thank you and my name. So, and you could add more to that. Now, what's interesting here is you need to select an auto text. They call it auto text here, but that's going to be your abbreviation to deploy this phrase. So I'm going to use PFA just for please find attached. And that's going to be my auto text or abbreviation to deploy this. Now, there are several options here in PhraseExpress. I'm going to go with the default here, which is execute after a default delimiter. And that means, as you can see here, after pressing Enter, Tab, Space, or any punctuation mark. There are other options, as you can see there, such as executing immediately, or Smart Complete, or some other options that I would encourage you to explore. But for now, I'm going to just add that. And so I have done that, and I'm going to test it. So I'm going to open Notepad right now just to test. And so I'm going to enter PFA and then space. Nothing happens. I need to save, of course. I hadn't saved. So here we go again. PFA space bar, and now you can see how it deployed. And that will deploy in any program that accepts text input, unless I limit the expansion to work only in certain programs, which is also easy to do in PhraseExpress. So that's one way in which you can add phrases directly in the program. But it's not the only way. There is another way, which is with a wizard. So you can be anywhere where you have some text. For example, here I'm going to type my email. And let's say that I want to create a snippet or a text expansion so I don't have to type out my email. So what I do is I select that, and I'm going to use the key combination, which is going to be Control-Alt-C. And as soon as I do that, that opens this little wizard here where I can enter additional information for my snippet or my new phrase. So I'm going to leave the description as it is, and then I just need an auto text. So I'm going to use NCL for this, leave that as the default, and then just say, okay, this is the folder where it's going to be saved. And again, I could choose to execute it only in specific programs, but I'm just going to say, okay now. And you see the notification here saying that it's been saved. And now if I do this, and then spacebar, or enter, or tab, then it will execute like that. I can also use a punctuation mark, and it will execute. So those are the two options for adding your snippets or text expansions to PhraseExpress.